The crazy thing about it, my coach actually called an audible on the bus on the way to the fight. He's like, hey, it might get ugly. We might have to take him down and finish the fight with a ground and pound, and that's what we did. Put out the win.
I think between rounds you helped him up after. I think the first round or second round, I can't quite remember. But you don't see that often, an opponent helping another person up off the octagon after you're done fighting.
To be honest, I don't remember that. We had just collided heads, so I was kind of still out of it in between rounds.
Hey, Geoff. After the fight, he sort of screamed something very loudly. I don't know if it was at you or in frustration. What exactly did he shout?
He said the F word really loud.
Oh, okay.
And then some other stuff, but I heard the F word.
Okay. And in the round, there was a moment where it's almost like you both connected and you both dropped to the floor. Was that the left hand or was that a headbutt?
I looked at the video. I hit him with the left hand and made his head collide with mine.
Okay.
And then that dropped us both.
And then following that, there was a moment where you both sort of hit each other and there was this crazy, frantic exchange. Were you expecting more of that? Because obviously he's known as a bit of a wild man.
Yeah, I was expecting that. And that was actually, we were trying to avoid doing that. But I like that. How I fight is I like to fight like that. So if you want to throw down with me, I'll throw down with you.
I was going to say, is that when you kind of enjoy fighting like that, is it hard to keep yourself disciplined so you don't just end up going in these crazy exchanges where anything can happen?
Yes, it's really hard. And fighting Nico, it was hard to avoid that. Some fighters you can avoid getting in those crazy exchanges, but with us having almost the same reach, it was just bound to happen.
Thanks.
Geoff, right here in front of you. Can you just elaborate a little more on the late switch in game plan? I mean, if you go through a training camp, you're preparing to do a certain thing, then at the last minute, it's let's mix it up. How do you digest that as a fighter?
Oh man, it was crazy because we worked this whole camp with just one game plan, and then I'm listening to music on the bus ride to the venue, and he's like, "Hey Geoff, listen, we might have to take him down." I was like, "What?" And he was serious. He's like, "We might have to take him down." He's like, "Nobody's ever seen you wrestling. You have good wrestling. We might have to take him down and ground and pound him." Because my coach had watched the fight with him and Tim Means, and Tim Means actually took him down and got him tired and made him slower, and that's exactly what happened when I took him down.
Yeah, and your ground and pound was pretty nasty. Is that something you work on a lot?
Yeah. Every Monday we have a hard MMA days where we just work on top position and ground control and ground and pound.
Yeah, and just last thing, you go through a fight like that, you change the game plan at the last minute, you have to deal with a little adversity, you show off some new parts of your skills. What does that prove to yourself going forward, 4-0 in the UFC?
Yeah, it honestly proves I think I'm ready for a top 15 opponent. I don't care who, just somebody.
No one stands out specifically?
No one stands out specifically.
Perfect, thanks man.
No problem.
Geoff, back here. Big Dan was in there pretty close near the end as you were kind of finishing the fight with the ground and pound. Does it distract you at all? Was it hard to keep your rhythm, knowing how close you were to a stoppage, and having the ref right there? Did you know that was going to be the end of it though?
Yeah, I had a feeling, and actually the ref being there, getting closer, actually made me want to hit him more. I was like, all right, this fight's about to be over. I need to turn up the heat on him and get this fight over with.
I know you said you just want to get back in the gym and get ready, and you're probably ready for the next tier opponent, and you might not have a name yet. But is there a dream fight for you at 170? Not even thinking about rankings or where it puts it, just one that a fight you really want to to enjoy.
To enjoy, maybe Colby Covington, but that's about it. Nobody else.
Why that name? Why'd that one come up?
I mean, for obvious reasons. Everybody already knows he's not a likable person, but other than that, nobody else.
Geoff, over here to your left, just got word that you won the $50,000 Performance of the Night bonus.
Oh yeah!
Congratulations.
Oh yeah!
Probably a bigger tip than you've ever gotten as a waiter. Is that correct?
Yeah, way bigger tip than I ever got as a waiter.
What are your thoughts on winning that bonus?
I'm so happy. I've been trying to get the $50,000 every fight since I got in the UFC, and I finally pulled one off.
Do you feel comfortable in guard with the ground and pound? Because that's kind of almost a lost art in MMA, but that ground and pound from guard.
Yeah, I'm real comfortable in guard. We practice that all the time, and there's fights that you probably can't see it on, look it up, but I've won fights off of just ground and pound from in the guard.
And then at the end of the fight, after it was over, he kind of came up to you, and it was kind of hard to see what he was saying or what he was kind of gesticulating with his hands. What was that when he came up to you?
No, we hugged, and he was like, "I hate you," and then we're just playing around, nothing serious, you know what I mean?
Thanks.
Just one final one, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Media Day, we spoke. You said you're only serving until you find more income outside of the UFC. But with this 50,000 bonus, you still gonna continue serving?
Yeah, I'm still serve because to be honest, I like to serve. You know what I mean? Like I could have probably quit a long time ago, but I like to do it. I like to work hard, and like I said, I like to keep extra money coming into the household. You know what I mean? It's not the UFC money that keeps me from serving.
Thanks.
It's a personal thing.
Thanks so much.
No problem. Good to go. Awesome.